Learning Management Systems, or LMS, by Christian Ostlund. If we start by looking at what an LMS is, there are a few definitions, but one quite wide is a platform for the creation and the administration of a learning activity, such as a course or some form of electric platform that can be used to launch and track e-learning activities, but also be used to enhance face-to-face instruction. Many times in academic environments, LMS are used both for pure online courses or activities, but also to support and enhance campus-based courses. And often an LMS has the ability to register. The schedule is often published there. You have the publication of material that is to be used in the course by the students and the teachers. There are sometimes support for communication. That could be a debate board or maybe a chat, or sometimes that's done by applications outside the LMS. And some LMSs have knowledge testing and feedback support incorporated into them, and also the evaluation of the learning activity at the end of the activity. In academic settings, sometimes learning management systems are referred to as course management systems, or in other situations, virtual learning environments. So those are just different names of the same system. But learning management systems are not to be confused with content management systems, which are purely systems intended for uploading and downloading files in different formats, and virtually not supporting anything else, just supporting the management of content. And if one look at LMSs within the academic sphere and the corporate sphere, they differ to some degree. Within academic education, the LMSs are often used for courses of fairly long duration, ranging from weeks to several months. And you have the scope of long-term educational benefits. Often the courses are part of a whole education, whereas within the corporate training use of LMSs, it's usually shorter competence initiatives or courses. It could be just for a few minutes to hours to some days for some quick or immediate updates, and often with specific focus on different job functions or a certain objective for the moment, or maybe just to quick learn how to do something in an application that is just 2 minutes, for instance, how to save a file in a new invoice system. And if you look at LMSs or education using LMSs within the academic sphere, they're often instructor led. It's generally assumed that there is an instructor available on the course. Maybe it's just by email the instructor is available, or in discussion groups, or at appointed time in a chat room, or maybe all. But they're often led by one or more instructors, whereas within the corporate sphere, the learning environment often to a high degree depend on the learners or the employees to be self-directed and not being led by an instructor. From time to time, there could be an instructor present as well in the corporate training programs, depending on the complexity of it and other factors. But oftentimes the courses are more or less self-directed. Another aspect that often differs is the number of people participating in a course, but mostly the synchronicity and asynchronicity of the course, where in the academic sphere there are often classes with a certain critical mass of students taking part in the learning activities at the same time, whereas in the corporate sphere the learners could be taking the course or participating in the learning activity over a period of time and independent of each other, since the context of work demands that the corporate training or learning initiatives needs to be very flexible, so that the learners or the employees could participate in the course on their own conditions, so that their work are more or less unaffected by them, since the day-to-day business often comes on beforehand in the corporate context. And also, if you look at the properties or capabilities such as registration or assessment, these are often supported by already existing information systems within the academic sphere, whereas within the corporate sphere the LMSs often have support for that, so that within the LMS the employees or learners are able to register at the course sites, whereas in the academic world you do that in another system, and maybe sometimes the LMS and that other information systems are connected, but they're often different systems. Looking at LMSs, there are many types of functionalities and interactions that could be supported by and coordinated by these system. And in his book E-Learning, Building Successful Online Learning in Your Organization, Mark Rosenberg summarizes 11 core capabilities, where the first is a common online course catalog, where he thinks that there should be a catalog that represents all the offerings across the business organized in some way where users also should be able to search among them and get information about the format, the place, if there are any deadlines, and so on. The next core capability, according to Rosenberg, is a common online registration system, where you should be able to register for it, maybe pay for it if it's a course that you should pay for, and also be able to see the class roster and if someone wants to drop out of the course, you should be able to do that from there as well. And then you have an upfront competency assessment tool where you should be able to, for yourself as a learner, assess and see how far you've come, if you are up to speed with where you should be according to the course, but also for the management to see and somehow evaluate how effective this course has been to raise the competence within a certain area that this particular course was supposed to make people better in. And also you should have the ability to launch and track the e-learning activities, tracking the learner process, see how they progress, and also be able to see maybe interaction patterns, when and where did they take part in the course. There should also be learning assessments, where the system should provide a robust evaluation component that can assess the level of the learning attained by the user or the employee. And a management of learning material should also be part of an LMS, according to Rosenberg, where the teacher should be able to easily upload and organize the material, and the students should be able to easily find it, and that could also be searchable, and the learning material also needs to be up to date. And finally, the last 5, there should be an integrating knowledge management resource where you should point to relevant resources outside the system so that people could take part of the topic and see other angles of it. There should be an organizational readiness information there where the management can see what kind of competencies the organization has. And also some sort of customized reporting where you could report on the workforce development when people pass the final assessment. That should be able to be pulled out from the system. And also supporting collaboration and the creation of knowledge communities, which Lars talked about in his lecture. And of course it should also be able to be integrated with other already existing systems